Happy Wednesday, Cowboys, and welcome to the last Wednesday's edition of the Daily O. I'm Sapphire Cervantes.
And I'm Mally Jones.
Before we get into the show, let's take a quick look at the weather for today. So it's been a little nice today. It's been warmer than it has been with a high of 65 degrees, and it's been pretty sunny with no wind. It's really been a beautiful day today. Stick around for the end of the show because later we'll take a closer look at the weather for the rest of the week. 3 days off at Thanksgiving break isn't usually enough time for students to fly home. They spend Thanksgiving in Stillwater waiting for Christmas break to see their families. Our own Mally Jones tells us how next fall that could all change.
If you've spent Thanksgiving alone while in college, you could finally be getting the ideal Thanksgiving break. Student Government Association passed a resolution about a year and a half ago for fall break to occur during the Monday and Tuesday of Thanksgiving week.
I think everybody will be excited to have more time at Thanksgiving and really get an actual break, especially before finals week. I think that timing is really important to rest your body, get ready for your finals, and just kind of see your family and recharge a little bit.
Changing the calendar requires feedback from different constituents across campus and the Oklahoma Board of Regents. The semesters must be a specific length, and the students are only allowed a certain amount of days off.
The calendar used to look much different. Fall break was a Thursday and Friday off in October, and Thanksgiving break was Thanksgiving Day and the day right after. In the early 2000s, they proposed the idea to have the whole week off for Thanksgiving, but instead they came up with a compromise. They would take away the Thursday of fall break in exchange for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
There's been a lot of talk over the last 12, 13 years since I've been in the registrar's office about fall break. It's been something that I think, everyone has a different idea of what would be an ideal time to have fall break.
Peaster said her predecessor, Dr. Celeste Tabor, conducted a survey to see what the preferences were for fall break. The feedback was all over the place.
Having them have a whole week with their family is a lot more traditional to our family values, and it shows that we want our students to be able to go home and spend more time with their families.
This month, OSU will send next year's calendar to the Regents for review. It's not official until the board approves it, but many other institutions in Oklahoma have similar calendars to the one being proposed.
For the Daily O, I'm Mally Jones.
Well, Mally, I know I, for one, am really excited to have a longer Thanksgiving break. How are you going to use that extra time?
Well, I am just excited to have fall break be at a different time of the year because I know that a lot of students don't even have class on Fridays, right. So it really wasn't much of a fall break anyway. So I think it'll be really good for everybody.
I agree.
Any dog owners that are looking for a tasty holiday treat for their furry friends are now in luck. Pete's Pet Posse has partnered with the OSU alumnus Travis Borson to create Pete's Treats, OSU's very own dog treat. From the mind of OSU's first cowgirl and co-founder of Pete's Pet Posse, Ann Hargis, Pete's Treats are all-natural, preservative-free peanut butter and sweet potato dog biscuits. You can buy these treats at the University Store in the Union or Bourne Veterinary Medical Hospital. A portion of the sales will benefit OSU's pet therapy program, Pete's Pet Posse.
Oh, I'm definitely going to have to look those up. I'm so excited. My dog loves peanut butter. He practically eats it out of the jar every time I take it out. So I definitely need to buy him some of those.
I know, you can just give them to him for a little Christmas present.
And it goes to a good cause.
Exactly.
So that's great. I'm helping other dogs while loving on my dog.
Exactly. And speaking of the holidays, the Christmas season is upon us. Last night, here at OSU, our campus got a little bit brighter. Daily O reporter Alex Dusky went to see what Santa was doing in Stillwater last night.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Oklahoma State and the Stillwater community kicked off the holiday season last night with the annual Fanfare of Lights. The event consisted of performances by local youth choirs and the OSU Trumpet Studio. This was the 9th year the Allied Arts has hosted this event, and it continues to grow in popularity each year. President Hargis and first cowgirl Ann Hargis were the special guest speakers to illuminate the campus.
Thank you.
with you what great fun it is to see everybody and to know the holidays are beginning and beginning right here.
Once the outside festivities were completed, attendees made their way into the Student Union to Christmas shop, make crafts, and meet some special visitors who were excited to represent America's brightest orange. What is it like being in Oklahoma State and having to wear orange instead of red?
Wearing orange is awesome. Awesome. We enjoy wearing orange because Oklahoma State is a wonderful place to visit. The students are fabulous and the programs are great too.
People of all ages came to enjoy the event. Younger children enjoyed the crafts and getting to meet Santa and Mrs. Claus, while the college-age students enjoyed getting the chance to ask Santa for something a little different.
Now, I've been a really good little boy this year. I got all A's on my PhD, and all I'm asking for is, can you bring me my PhD for Christmas?
Well, we'll have to see, okay?
Normally, Santa asks the questions to those who visit him, but last night I got the opportunity to switch the roles. Do you have a favorite part of coming to Oklahoma State University and wearing orange instead of red?
It's all the children and all the students. This is one of my favorite times of year when I get to come up here and visit with everyone.
For the Daily O, I'm Alex Dusky.
And I'm Santa Claus. Merry Christmas!
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Santa. OSU Medicine President Dr. Casey Shrum has been named Woman of the Year by the Journal-Record. Shrum has held many honors over the years, including State Secretary of Science and Innovation and Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine here at OSU.
Shrum has been a leader in the fight against Oklahoma's rural health crisis. She has led many programs such as Operation Orange and Blue Coat to White Coat, which helped establish a rural-focused medical curriculum and expanded residency training programs.
And in addition to her programs, to her rural medicine programs, she has also established the new OSU Medicine Center for Wellness and Recovery, which she hopes will create revolutionary new addiction research and treatment.
Congratulations to Dr. Shrum, and if you want to read more about her story, be sure to check out the article in the winter 2019 issue of State Magazine.
And that's all we have for you in news today, but after this commercial, I'll be sitting down with Lana Smith to talk about tomorrow night's Christmas celebration in downtown Stillwater.
Is OSU's homecoming really America's greatest? We have huge pomping displays, crazy basketball dunks, and even some pirates.
Pirates? That sounds interesting to me. See for yourself how great OSU's homecoming really is with all that and more on this week's edition of Pete's Corner.
Welcome back to Pete's Corner, your #1 spot to get an inside look on what's happening in Stillwater. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm T. Johnson. This week is homecoming week, and I can practically feel our campus buzzing with anticipation for America's greatest homecoming.
Oh, I know what you mean. With the iconic orange fountain and the creatively designed Greek life decks, OSU's campus is really lighting up. And not only that, the streets are starting to get pretty packed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Of course, OSU is known for being America's greatest homecoming, and we definitely live up to that title. Homecoming usually brings over 70,000 visitors every year. The huge Greek decks are definitely a big draw, but that's not all our homecoming has to offer. Today in the show, we're going to see what really makes Oklahoma State's homecoming the best in the nation. From the Harvest Carnival kickoff all the way up to this year's Sea of Orange parade.
I don't know about you, T, but for me, it's not homecoming until the fountain turns orange.
Oh yeah, for sure. Walking by Edmund Lowe the Monday morning of homecoming week is really what starts to get me in the homecoming spirit.
Well, Noah Southard has the scoop on just how important the fountain dyeing is to the homecoming experience.
Oklahoma State University holds the brightest orange, but it also prides itself on having America's greatest homecoming, and it all begins with the dyeing of the orange fountain.
Just really use it as, a way to get everyone together to start off homecoming, because the more people that are there to start it, the better, cohesion will have between everyone. So like, hey, I saw you orange fountain dyeing, go Pokes, let's do this.
The goal of OSU's homecoming is to unify people from all over the world for one common event.
We're trying to get all of campus there, and with that, we're trying to also get the community of Stillwater and whoever else wants to come, whether it's parents, alumni, kids, anyone that wants to come to these events, we want to get them there.
OSU students feel the homecoming spirit, especially when they see the fountain turning orange.
I think OSU homecoming is important because it really signifies who we are as a university, because we're always advertising ourselves as America's brightest orange. And I think dyeing our fountain in front of Library Lawn orange is it's telling other universities hey, you can't match us. We're the best orange, you know?
The dyeing of the orange fountain is just one piece of homecoming. This water has been going on for 20 years.
I honestly thought it was going to be a dance, but it wasn't a dance. It was a whole event with the whole community of Stillwater, and I thought that was super cool because it brought everyone together in this massive event. And then it had the fountain dyeing, which I thought was cool, and everyone was so school spirited, and that was different to me. It was cool.
This year's homecoming is the 99th homecoming in Oklahoma State's history. The theme for this year is As the World Turns Orange, which is only fitting for this great tradition.
We're actively making the fountain orange by showing we have school spirit literally in every single part of campus. That even our water, we're going to make it orange. We're going all out, everything decorated, because it's America's greatest homecoming to us, and we're going to make sure everyone knows how much we care about homecoming and how much we try to make it great.
For Pete's Corner, I'm Noah Southard.
Thanks, Noah. I love how they make the fountain dyeing such an event. You know, it's not just pouring some dye in the fountain. They set up all the homecoming popping signs, and Burns and Ann Hargis come out, and even Pistol Pete is there. I just think it really brings out not only the campus together, but the city of Stillwater, because it's something you can bring the whole family to.
Well, funny you mention everything. You actually left something out. This year at the fountain dyeing, they decided to include the coronation of the homecoming king and queen.
I hadn't even heard about that. I just expected them to do it at the football game like usual. Who won?
Well, I'll let Avery Fulton tell you. She has the story.
America's Greatest Homecoming is making a major change this year. Traditionally, the homecoming king and queen wouldn't be announced until the football game on Saturday night. But this year, homecoming week kicked off with a sign competition, the Edmund Lowe fountain dyeing, and the addition of the royalty coronation.
What we discovered is that the king and queen actually don't participate at any event in their official capacity because they're crowned at the football game, and then there's nothing else left for them to do until they come back next year and hand over their crowns.
Since 1966, there have been many homecoming kings and queens, but not many homecoming queens have the added pride of being a Stillwater native.
This makes it that much sweeter just because I've seen the years past homecoming queens and have looked up to them so incredibly much, so it makes it that much more special for me.
Although Henry Cannon and Blakey were crowned as homecoming king and queen, the entire royalty court is present at the week-long schedule of events for homecoming. Part of the Royal Homecoming Court's duties are participating in the week-long events hosted during homecoming week. Those events include the fountain dyeing, the sign competition, the Hester Street painting, and the game on Saturday. Go Pokes! As homecoming king, Cannon has high expectations for this year's celebration.
My vision for homecoming this year is really just a great time where everyone, whether it be alumni, students, faculty, can all come together like every year and enjoy this university.
With the coronation happening at the beginning of homecoming this year, the king and queen can maximize on their cowboy homecoming experiences.
And so now the king and queen are able to attend all of the events with their court throughout the week as the king and queen. They'll all still be at the football game and all be introduced on the field just as usual. We're just crowning them at the beginning of the week as opposed to the end.
As the world turns orange for OSU's 99th homecoming, the royalty court will be there to see it all. For Pete's Corner, I'm Avery Fulton.
Thanks, Avery. I really had no idea what a big part of homecoming the king and queen really are. And now that I see all the events they have to attend, I think it makes so much sense to have them crowned at the fountain dyeing.
No, most definitely. I feel like this way they get to roll all week instead of just at the game.
Well, we've seen what kicks off the homecoming festivities at the beginning of the week, but how did homecoming really get started? We'll find out after this commercial.